Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today's video is when you lose a friend and they comfort you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's get going. The world felt muted, colors a little duller, sounds a little softer. It had been a week since the news, a week since the funeral, and the gnawing ache in your chest hadn't lessened. Losing someone, especially someone that you shared so many laughs with and late night talks, left a void that felt impossible to fill. You were curled up on the sofa in the apartment that you shared with Baku and Kirishima, a forgotten mug of tea cold on the coffee table. A thick blanket was wrapped around you, but it did little to ward off the chill that had settled deep in your bones. The silence of the room was heavy, broken only by the distant hum of city life. A soft thud from the doorway made you stir, and you looked up to see Kirishima standing there, his usually vibrant red hair a little tousled, his eyes soft with concern. He held a small, steaming ball in his hands. "Hey, Rockstar," he murmured, his voice gentle. "Thought you might want some of that miso soup that you like. Bakugo made it." He managed a weak smile. "Thanks, Kiri." He crossed the room and sat on the edge of the coffee table, carefully setting the bowl down. His hand, warm and calloused, found yours and gave it a light squeeze. "Still feeling rough?" You nodded, a lump forming in your throat. It still doesn't feel real to me. One minute they were here, and the next." Your voice trailed off. "I know," he said, his thumb stroking the back of your hand. "It's a punch to the gut. No one expects to lose someone just like that." Just then, Bakugo stalked in, a towel slung over his shoulder, remnants of flour on his cheek. He scowled at Kirishima, who immediately perked up. "Oh, shitty hair. Stop hugging them." Bakugo grumbled, although there was no real heat in his voice. He dropped onto the sofa beside you, the springs groaning in protest. He smelled faintly of spices and something uniquely him, a mix of gunpowder and something surprisingly comforting. He didn't say anything at first, just reached out and pulled you closer, tucking your head under his chin. His arm, strong and solid, wrapped around your shoulders, holding you tight against his warmth. Kirishima, still holding your hand, shifted closer too, resting his head on your shoulder. You were between them, a familiar and grounding comfort. "Feeling like crap, huh?" Bakugo rumbled, his voice rougher than Kirishima's, but just as laced with care. It wasn't a question, more of a statement of understanding. You sighed, the tension in your shoulders easing slightly under his embrace. "Yeah, just heavy." "It's okay to feel heavy," Kirishima murmured, his voice a soft counterpoint to Bakugo's. "There's no timeline for this stuff. You just gotta let yourself feel it. And then you pull your damn self together." Baku added, his tone typically gruff, but you knew it was his way of encouraging you to fight through the pain. "They wouldn't want you moping around forever." A small, tearful laugh escaped you. "No, they definitely wouldn't." "See?" Kirishima said, his smile gentle. "They'd be kicking your ass to get back out there." He leaned further into Bakugo, feeling the steady beat of his heart against your ear. His fingers, surprisingly tender, started to comb through your hair. "You know," he said, his voice dropping to a low rumble, "it's not weak to hurt. It's just proof that you care." The simple honesty of his words hit you in a way no one else had. Tears, which you thought you had run out of, welled up again. Kirishima, sensing your shift, tightened his grip on your hand, and Baku held you closer. We're here for you, okay? Kirishima whispered, his voice thick with emotion. Whatever you need, we're not going anywhere. And even if you turn into a snot-nosed crybaby, Bakugo added, his voice still gruff, but you felt the soft kiss he pressed to your temple. We're still going to be here for you. You let the tears fall freely then, not trying to hide them. Being held by them, feeling their presence, was like a quiet anchor in the storm of your grief. Their love, steady and strong, was constant in a world that suddenly felt so uncertain. He didn't know when the ache would lessen, or when the colors would return to their full vibrancy. But for now, this was enough. Their warmth, their words, their simple presence. It was the comfort you needed, the lifeline in the darkness. The following mornings, with the sun streaming through the window, painting stripes of warm light across the floor, he would wake up still nestled between Baku and Kirishima, their steady breathing a comforting rhythm. It would always lift the weight in your chest, make you forget about what happened. The heaviness from that day hadn't completely vanished, but it felt lighter now, like you could manage it somehow, maybe with them by your side. You stirred, and Bakugo's arms tightened around you, a soft grumble escaping his lips. Kirishima mumbled something in his sleep, pulling you closer. In that moment, surrounded by their unwavering love, you knew that you weren't alone in your grief. It would be a very long road for you, especially now that you can't go to your friend for comfort too. But with them by your side, you knew you could eventually find your way back to the light. And obviously, you would never forget about that friend that you had, the moments together, or the days they comforted you, the days you comforted them back. But maybe you could try to manage your life a little better. And in your head, you just wait till the day that you're united together again. Maybe that was just in your head. Maybe it was a stupid plan, but it would work some way or another. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And goodbye.